Good morning, guys. So we're up bright and early. I'm gonna go wash the car because Hurricane Ian came through and absolutely wrecked my car's paint. I thought while we do that, I could talk a little bit about first month or two now of driving manual, the difficulties of it, and what I've learned so far. So just a couple little tips. But I've only been driving manual for 2 months, so look, it's absolutely wrecked right now. Probably doesn't look that bad on camera. She is covered in tree pollen and whatever else Hurricane Ian decided to throw at her. Let's get you a little cold start, and then we're gonna get on the road. So before this car, I had a 2010 V6, was the 4.0 motor, and anyone who's owned one knows, pretty, yeah, not fun. When I was first learning, I was just scouring YouTube for any videos about it, so I thought I would combine some of the tips I really liked from all the different videos I watched. But I would like to preface it with, I truly think the best tip for you is just to get some seat time, because I feel like no matter how many videos I watched, the only thing that really got me smoother with it was just getting in the seat and practicing. The thing I will say about the MT82 is when it's cold, this transmission is super notchy and it just does not feel smooth at all when I first turn the car on, till the trans warms up a little bit. Some of the things that I initially struggled with first learning manual, I thought I would just go over those. I'm still a beginner myself, so I'm not here to tell you guys or teach you guys how to drive manual. I thought I would just go over a couple tips that helped me, and mainly just to give you guys a little bit of inspiration, because I feel like when I first started learning manual, I was always nervous to drive the car, and if you're nervous to drive the car, you're not gonna drive it very well. So I would say just being confident is a tip in itself, because if you're not confident, I wouldn't say don't be overzealous and don't try to, be banging gears if you don't know what you're doing or anything, but I would definitely try to have a little bit of confidence, because being super nervous and think you're gonna mess up, then you're probably gonna mess up. Another thing I initially struggled with, and I still don't have it down perfectly. When I first got the car, I immediately was like, I want to rev match downshift. And I thought it'd be super simple, but for me personally, I couldn't get it down greatly in the beginning. I would always be lurching and stuff when I try to rev match downshift. You saw everyone on YouTube's like, oh, you just blip the throttle and downshift. It's that simple. So I kept trying, and I would always buck a lot. And honestly, I don't really have a tip for you guys other than you're just gonna have to keep practicing, because it's hard to give a tip for something like that when every car is different. You're gonna have to get used to your own car, you're gonna have to get your own throttle response, and just listening. I mean, I'm not looking at the RPMs when I downshift anymore. I'm not really looking. It's more sound and feel. So I'm not gonna act like I have some great tip for you, because I don't. I would say for that, you're just gonna have to practice. Another thing I think I struggled with a lot in the very beginning was getting into first gear smoothly. I feel like I kept always jerking a lot when I got out of first gear, and the thing that really helped me with that was I watched a lot of videos, and none of them really helped me. I found a video where the guy explained that you kind of gotta let the clutch, bite for a second and let the clutch engage. So I took that information and I tried it, and it definitely helped me. There's a fine line between letting your clutch burn and, letting it engage, holding the clutch in a bite point. But I definitely was letting go too quickly. I wasn't letting it engage long enough, and then it would just buck and not be ready to let the clutch all the way out. So if you're having problems with that, I would recommend just trying to let the clutch engage a little bit, and don't let out so fast. Don't get to the bite point, give it a little gas, and then just let the clutch go, because I feel like that's what I was doing, and it was not working out for your boy. Let's give you a little tunnel noise. Another thing about these MT82 transmissions is when you're shifting between gears, I would definitely recommend you just wait a second on the clutch. Just hold it in for about half a second or so between shifts, and you get just completely smooth shifts if you do that. So we're gonna start with the pre-soak. And once we get everything covered in pre-soak, now we switch to the soap. So I do usually clean my wheels with a wheel cleaner, but when I go to a self-serve place like this, you just don't have access to instant water every second unless you're just jamming quarters into the thing. So I don't typically use my wheel cleaner when I'm here. I usually do that at home with like a bucket. So basically I usually just do wheels separate. We're gonna hit the whole car with soap. Add a couple quarters here. And we're gonna switch to the wax. And once we're fully covered in wax, I'm gonna switch over to plain rinse and give it a final rinse down. Alright, now we're gonna whip out the drying towel. The secret to getting really clean, really shiny, but also not taking 10 years to sit there and wax the entire car with a jar of wax. We use a spray-on wax while we dry the car. And it makes it super, super fast and easy to get a good finish on your paint. Sadly, the sun's at a weird angle right now, so some of the cars in the sun getting dried too quickly, but it's alright. Spray on wax should still help a lot. So a lot of this excess water's off the car now. So we're gonna go back and hit it a second time with some of the spray on wax with a new dry towel. So we're gonna start here in the spot that the sun's beaming on right now because it's drying really fast. Gonna hit your towel a little bit. And straight lines. Make sure you get your windows. So here's the finished product. Very clean paint. Ignore my emblem falling off the damn car. Now we're gonna head out to Best Buy because I need to grab another GoPro camera. S2000 hiding in the Best Buy parking lot. I think we should introduce the car. It's a 2015 GT. Has the 50-year appearance package, so it comes with these wheels and a couple other little things. Nothing too crazy. It comes with that package. Parts wise, it has a Borla axle back. I'm not quite sure which one yet. An X pipe and a resonator delete. Engine wise, it's completely stock, nothing done to it, and it's on some Eibach lowering springs.